Oh yeah, how about the Cowboys? Ooh, Cowboys. How about the Cowboys? Yeah, they're going all the way. Ooh, yeah, Cowboys. Cause what's up? Well, they definitely do not do any no-till out here. It seems like everything is either ripped up, distant, or I did see where they take some vertical till and knock down some corn stalks, but no-till. Everything is tilled up out in these fields everywhere. Hey, good morning. Got the farm done. I didn't get no video of it. We're getting ready to load her up on the drop deck and take it home. Look at my brother. Keelan, that boy is working. Look. You must not have got him tired enough last night. He still got energy. Look at him go. All the dirt on the tracks is really soft right now, so we're gonna go ahead and get them cleaned up. It's easier than letting it freeze up and then trying to get it off while it's soft dirt. I'll show you the other side we got done. They're all clean. I did this side, so my brother wanted to do this side. He wanted to show me how eager he was to work this morning. But yeah, the farm's done, and I didn't video any of it. Sorry, fellas. That shit's tiresome, ain't it? I know, but it's better than when it's froze. He'll be complaining about his shoulder here the rest of the week. Good morning. As you can tell, it is windy. It's probably blowing 25, 30 miles an hour. And I didn't get a chance to really blow the combine off at the end of bean season. So I'm doing it today. And if anybody runs a combine knows, this is like one of the worst jobs ever. But when it's windy like this, it can be easy. So even though it's freezing today, it's probably 15, 20 degrees it's probably colder than that with this wind chill. But I wanted to get it done, and being as the wind was blowing so hard, it's a Sunday, but I figured Miss Eastern Shore Farmer, she's shopping in Lancaster, Pennsylvania today with her sister, so nothing better to do than get it out while it's windy and hurry up and get it done. I got it done. I didn't video it. I was trying to hurry up and get it done. It's just so daggone cold out here. But we got some work to do to her, so I'm going to go ahead and close everything up and put her in the shop and call it a day. But if anybody runs a combine, they know this is the worst thing to do when the wind's not blowing. But like I said, when the wind's blowing, it's not bad. But you need a nice windy day, park the combine a certain way, and you can get this stuff taken care of quick. Blow up combine day. It's 15 degrees here in Maryland. The wind's blowing 25 to 30. So we are getting her done today. It's a Sunday. I'm doing it. I figured there's nothing better to do than while the wind's blowing, it makes it 10 times easier. All right, good morning. Today is combine day. I'm gonna go ahead and get it set up for wheat because that'll be the next crop that we're doing. Normally we change all these concaves out to small wire, but I think this year we're just gonna put the two back ones in the small wire and leave the big one in the front, because, and here's a small wire, I'll show you the difference. You can see the big gaps in them and all that there for corn and soybeans. And these right here have all the small wire for the grinding and stuff, I guess. But the problem that we're running into is that we do a lot of straw. Well, the straw is getting hard to get rid of because the market is just overwhelmed with straw and hay and all that up at the mushroom farms. I still got 35 loads sitting in the chicken houses that I don't know if we'll be able to get rid of this year, so I really don't want to do straw this year, but if the old man says we are, I guess we are, but I think it'd be a waste. But anyway, on that note, whenever we do straw, we have the chopper up, and we windrow it with the combine, and the baler comes and picks it up. Well, the problem that I'm looking at is, no matter how many adjustments I do on the combine, when I go back and move some of the straw, I do find some wheat there, so it's not getting all the wheat out. And we're taking a lot in with the header, because we're cutting it low because we want more straw. So we're cutting it pretty low, and it's putting a lot through her. But I don't want any grain loss. I could care less about the straw. I don't want grain loss. So I'm thinking, as quick as it's moving through her with all that trash, that it just can't drop through them grates and get to the auger to bring it back. So I'm gonna try this year. They say a lot of people just leave the big wire in, and that's how they actually cut. They don't even put the small wire in. But for trying to get the crop out of the chaff and everything, I do want to put 2 of the small wire in, but leave the big wire. I want to leave something so the crop can actually drop through a little bit easier. I'm thinking that with all that small wire, it's not dropping through enough, so I'm getting some tail loss. I can adjust this combine up 15,000 every time and I still have it. So, and I don't want it. So I'm going to try something different this year and just put 2 small wire in and leave 1 big wire. See what it does. I mean, I'm thinking that we're probably going to have to leave all the big wire in just to get the crop to drop through with all the stuff we bring through. Now, if we don't do straw and I can cut it a little bit higher, then I'll just leave the 2 small wire in and the 1 big wire. I think that'll work perfect still. But today we're just going to service it, change all the filters, air filters, oil, fuel, hydraulic filter. I have to go to the DMV. Miss Eastern Shore Farmer bought another vehicle for work just to run around in, so I got to go title it and tag it at lunchtime. So I got up here early. It's still dark out. So we're gonna grease it, service it. I mean, it's probably gonna be in here a week or 2, just to go over it and change all the settings. We're gonna check all the belts. Of course, when I blew it off, we haven't washed it yet. Normally we don't wash it till spring, but when I was blowing it off, I kind of gave the belts a once over, and they all actually look good. The only thing I hate about John Deere versus Case is John Deere has double the amount of belts. Case has more drive shafts. John Deere has more belts, but they say they put belts on because the belts take less horsepower away from your actual machine cutting and running it through than the shafts do. That's why John Deere has a lot more horsepower when they're actually threshing and cutting than a Case does, because the Case takes so much more power to run everything because they're set up different. But they're a lot easier to work on. If I got a belt inside, I got to take 5 outside belts off to get to the 1 belt that's on the inside, and it all becomes a pain in the ass and a hassle. But it is what it is. So, but yeah, I looked over pretty much all the belts, and the belts are hard to get. I've heard of people being shut down for 2 months because they couldn't get a belt. So I actually pre-thought, and I've got all the belts pretty much for this side of the combine. Yeah, pretty much every belt that I need. And I looked at the belts on this side, and they all look good, but the chopper belt, I think it can probably go another couple years. But I remember we had one of these right here break in the field the other year, and we were down 2 days getting the belt and getting it on and all that. So I actually got one of them, and they're not a cheap belt. They're kind of expensive, but pay for it now. Plus I got a discount getting it early. Pay for it now and have it with all the other belts I got. So if it does break, bam, hurry up, take it off, slap it on, and get rolling again. Because I don't want to be waiting for parts for 2 months for a belt. That's ridiculous. You got $1 million machine that's sitting here, and it's a couple $100 belt that's stopping it from going. So I pretty much got every belt on her now, except for the I don't have the rotor belt, but hopefully that thing right there lasts several years. I've actually never heard of one breaking, and we had a 9750 before this, and we had her for, good Lord, who knows, a long time, and we never had a problem with that belt. So that's pretty much the only belt that I don't have for it. There might be a front belt or something, but they were all changed. And then we'll go up the ladder. I want to show you another issue I have with this. The only issue I have with deer. I mean, it's just, ugh. No matter how much you blow it off, you can't never get it right. But here's the one thing I hate, and I do have an oil leak. There's an oil leak somewhere around there. I thought my brother had overfilled that and it ran down, but there's something actually leaking up here. We'll have to figure that out. But the one problem I have is, I don't know if you can see it or not. See all the chaff that builds up underneath that motor? And I blew it all out. It's all right there too. This is just a little bit. But I blew all that out, and you can't get it but so good, because it blows back, and then it blows back, and it blows back, and you can't get underneath the motor. So I'm gonna have to take the shop back and see if I can't vacuum that out, because the one thing I hate about deer is you can't get in here to see all that down in there. It's underneath the motor. That ain't nothing but a fire hazard. So, and you can't get in there. I don't know why they don't make a opening over here and on this side so you can just blow it straight out the sides, put the wand underneath there and blow it straight out. They got these little crabby holes, but it builds up everywhere where you get it out of holes, but you can't blow it anywhere else. I don't know why they don't make something opening in there, or a trap door you can drop it down into the chaffer and stuff, and then it blows out the back when you want to clean the combine up. So I'm gonna have to get the shop back and try to get in there somehow to just vacuum it, because that's just something waiting to happen right there, and that's a pain in the ass. That's the one dispute I have about deer. If the motor was, if they could have raised it up another 5 inches, you could get underneath there and clean it out better, but man, it just cakes in there majorly. So I'll get that shop back right there and see if I can't get it out. And then the radiator, of course, when you open up the door, here, I'll show you. You only have so much room to clean it out. That's another pain in the ass. Look at that, that's it right there. So it's easy to blow this part out. It's hard to blow that. Really blowing it in the problem is when we try to wash it a little bit. You can't get in there very good. But do the best we can. The bearing was bad in this, and it was hitting, but it didn't hurt anything. So, all right, so I'm gonna start changing the oil. You got the two fuel filters right here, and you got the oil filter. I already turned the knob. There's a little petcock down there for draining oil, and the tube runs down to the bottom of the combine. I got buckets under that. Probably gonna run slow because it's cold. So these filters aren't a pain in the ass to get off. Get everything opened up ready. You don't put fuel in these filters first because she's got an electronic fuel pump, so she'll pump them up herself, which is nice. Anybody knows, put fuel in it, you try to screw them on, you spill it. like to get them all loose first. That way they are ready to go. Start with the oil filter. That's the oil filter. Little used oil right here. Screw her back on. Box. I still like to take a little bit of the fuel or the oil, put around this one, new one. Screw that back up. And when you put it back on, always look at the old filter and make sure that the O-ring didn't get stuck up on the housing. Do not pay attention and put double O-ring in because probably won't hold. And we'll do this one. This one has a glass cap on the bottom, which creates a freaking mess. I don't know why they don't just come through with a new one. I don't know why they don't let that come through with a new one. I try to dump as much as I can into the, turn it upside down and do it. Like I said, look, leaks everywhere. I don't know why they do that. Why they don't just come through with a new glass cap on it. The way it's done, secure, and over with. Has an O-ring on it, always change them. Get it off here. Looks good. I still put the new one on. The new one comes in a box, so might as well. And then it screws right into the bottom of the filter. You make a mess doing it. I don't know why they just don't send it with a new one. This one plugs into your sensors. Tells you if you got water or something in it. It's pretty accurate because sometimes you can get bad fuel scent that has water in it, and she will let you know. And then you just tighten them up. I don't over tighten them because with the heat, it'll actually tighten themselves up a little bit more from the motor. And the O-ring expands. So that way when I try to get them off next time, it's not a pain in the butt. But that one filter always seems to get you dirty, dirty, dirty. Plug it well and take the bottom part up. change on a S680 combine. Here, I'll take you closer so you can see. And there's the petcock down there on that hose that you turn to drain the oil. So, and it's hot up here. All that heat that's blowing out of that heater's coming right up here. So I'm gonna get down. All right, here he is. Here's the Cowboys fan. Cowboys are #1, baby. Woo! Cowboys beat my Bucks. Cowboys suck! Alright, so we have a new filter, can filter, versus an old can filter. And I've blown that out several times, and that cup, that's the crap that comes out of it. I've blown it out I don't know how many times, and look, that's the difference. And they go up in there. That's where the oil comes out. Takes that hose all the way up to the bottom of the motor. Just a little teeny bitty drip left. It's almost empty. Alright, so my brother is on the Bobcat today. Sitting there with took the excavator and cleaned the edge on the back side of the ditch out so we can keep it mowed. And he mowed it, and he said there were a couple holes they wanted to fix, so he's over here on the Bobcat playing, trying to fill in some holes. I'm all in on back in that great big ditch, right? Pushing it in there, not back dragging it in there. But he's doing it. Just figured I'd show you. We'll probably get her stuck before the end of the day. Oh my God, this is funny. He never actually runs the Bobcat, so I'll give that to him. But this would be good practice for him to do. Trying to fill a hole in there, I think. Here you go, Sheila. Here's your man working. Well, this will be the end of the video. Like, subscribe. And I'm going to sit here and watch him work for a little while. And don't forget to tell everybody, subscribe to the channel. Even people you just see walking in Walmart. Subscribe. Watch is the main thing. I need to get my views up. And we did change the concaves out in the combine this morning. I didn't video it because them damn things are so heavy. We changed them out. So she's pretty much good to go. I don't know if we're going to be doing straw this year because they got so much straw everywhere. So I didn't set it up for straw. But that only takes a second to open the chopper up, or when we get going anyway. So, all right. See you on the next video.